On April 16th, one of the worst recorded U.S. tornado outbreaks occurred in North Carolina and the surrounding states. I interviewed some of the people involved.
Right through these woods is where it first come through, and our house was the one that it come in contact with very first back here. We moved in with our daughter and son-in-law, stayed with them until we got our new home built. We're just very blessed.
I was amazed at how many people just come right out and help each other.
Where specifically did most of this help come from?
A lot of it from the neighborhood here, from our church.
The most effective relief was faith-based organizations, the local merchants.
Stores contributing food, water.
Townsend Chicken provided our church just thousands of chicken breasts.
Without much government involvement, volunteer help took the lead in this disaster. And what did the government do?
Nothing really.
I'm glad that we didn't need them, really.
But the government was much more involved when Hurricane Fran hit the coast a few years before.
When we experienced Fran, I didn't find the government at all helpful. I had never experienced a military state before, and that's precisely what it was. I didn't even know I was in the United States. We did not find anything like that. With this last disaster, they did restrict the people going into the neighborhood.
We couldn't get in here till late Sunday afternoon because of all the devastation through here. They wouldn't let just anybody come in. That was for safety reasons, though, because of all the debris and
Power lines
and everything all down.
The government should ensure safety in times of crisis, but when they get too involved, they can often overreach and create a bottleneck when you have one group for which all others have to get permission to work. This prevents the vast supply of private aid from reaching the people. Also, overreaching government can endanger people when it acts like it did in Hurricane Katrina and takes away guns from people who bought them legally so they had no way to defend themselves.
No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
Instructions to disarm anyone inside.
A military presence controlling the recovery will never be as effective as just citizens and volunteers working under the protection of local government. When the government doesn't interfere with the recovery, businesses also have a free market incentive to help. In this crisis, businesses were a big part of the relief effort. If stores had engaged in price gouging, they might have made more money in the short term, but at the cost of their reputation, which would hurt them in the long run. The government has a role to play in times of crisis by helping prevent looting and keeping order. History has shown us that what works best is a light-handed government that gets out of the way of volunteer help. But a distant big government can create more problems in a misguided attempt to help when they try and control the recovery.